Hello everyone, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are around the world. Welcome to Active Energy. So today guys, we are going to discuss about il circuito di comando di potenza asincrono tre fase con comando di marcia arresto da due punti con secondo motore di riserva in caso di sovraccarico del primo motore. So it's in Italian language guys, and it means in English circuit of command of synchronized three-phase power of on and off from 2 points with the second motor of reserve in case of short circuit of the first motor. So circuit of two motors with the second motor that plays as a reserve motor. Whenever the first motor gets any fault, the second motor that you have by the side as the reserve picks up and begin to do the work that the first motor was doing. Okay guys, so I'm going to do the diagram now and I will explain to you guys how they work. So these three lines means first phase, second phase, and the third phase. We normally call them RST. RST. Okay, you can call them line 1, line 2, line 3, or first phase, second phase, and third phase. So from these three phase wires, we are going to get our first wire connected to the fuse. So this first wire comes down and it gets to this thing that we call teleruttore. It's contactor in English. So this teleruttore, it passes the teleruttore, the wire again, and it gets to another switch that we call termico, relè termico. So this is the symbol of relè termico. So from this relè termico, it's going to go down to motor. So it comes like this, and the motor is circled like this. Motor M. Okay, so this is the first wire connection. From the first phase, I don't know if you can see it very well. From the first phase, the R phase, it comes to the fuse, passes through the fuse, gets to the teleruttore, the contactor. We connected it in the normally open, because contactor normally opens. Then when the bobina, when the coils gets tension, the contacts now closes. So it gets to the contactor, that is the teleruttore, it passes it, and it gets to the termico, the relè termico, the thermical relay in English. Then it passes through the thermical relay before it gets to the motor, the motore. Then the second wire does the same thing as well. From here, it gets to the fuse, passes through the fuse, gets to the contactor, that is the teleruttore, passes through it and gets to the relè termico, and from relè termico it connects to the motor. The third wire, the same thing. From here, fuse, passes through the fuse, teleruttore, that is the contactor. From the contactor, it gets to the termico, and from the termico, it connects to the motor. So this is we call it the circuito di potenza. That is the power circuit of what I'm going to explain to you guys. Then the second motor, for the fact that there are going to be two motors, one is going to be working, the first motor is going to be working, while the second motor will be kept as a reserve. Then whenever the first motor gets any fault, the second motor picks up immediately and begin to do the work of the first motor, while maybe you repair the first motor that's spoiled. So the second motor does the same thing. This wire, let's say it's the same wire, the same RST, just for me to be able to draw the second motor. So the second motor goes like this. The same system passes through the fuse, gets to the interruptor, that is the contactor, passes through the contactor, gets to the relay terminal, the chemical relay, and from the chemical relay it connects to the motor, the second motor. So let's do it like this. Okay, so this is the first motor and the second motor, the first motor diagram and the second motor diagram. So let me just write it so that you will understand them very well. So this is the fuse, fuse, all of them are fuses. Then here is the contactors, the two contactors, 1 and 2. So the contactor. Okay, here is the chemical relay. And here is the motor. Okay. So this symbol just shows that it's a motor of 3-phase. Okay, 3-phase alternate current. So that is M3 alternate. 3-phase motor of 3-phase alternate current. So, because here comes 380 volt, 400 or 380 volts comes in here. Then, now pay attention. From here, you have 2 wires. Let's say you are going to take only line 2 and line 3, or you take only line 1 and line 2, any one you want, either from here or from here. But since we are trying to use this one as the first motor, here is the first motor and here is the second motor. So let's take this line 2 here and line 3 here. That is the S and T wires. Okay, so they are joined here, remember? This is a sign of joining. Okay, where I didn't see these points, it means that the wire didn't join there. So we took 2 wires from this line 2, S, and the line 3, T. Okay, and from here, for you to protect this circuit, if you like, you can put another fuse here. Okay, let's say we want to put another fuse here, like this and like this. And from the fuse again, you are going to get your transformer, the little transformer that transforms electricity from 380 volts to 24 volts. Because the circuit of command, the command circuit where all the relays are going to be connected, all of them are going to be commanded by 24 volts and not 380 volts. So the coil goes like this. Okay, then from this coil now, we can actually put another fuse if we like. And this fuse that we're going to put here is going to serve as a protection to this transformer. So if anything happens to the command circuit, instead of the transformer to be burnt, the fuse that we're going to put here right now will be blown. So the fuse, they cost lesser than transformer. So we protect the transformer by putting fuses here. Okay, then the line proceeds again to the command section. So this is the second line and this is the first line. But right now this space is not enough for me to finish the command circuit. So what I'm going to do, you meditate on this diagram right here and make sure that you kept it one corner, so that if we are drawing the command circuit, because I'm going to clean up here, so if we are drawing the command circuit, you will still understand how the power circuit works. So remember, the three-phase wires are RST, or you can call them line 1, line 2, line 3. So then from there you have your fuse. Okay, the wire passes through the fuse, you get your contactor. It passes through the contactor again, you get your chemical relay. Chemical relay protects the motor. Okay, so from the chemical relay you get your motor. So this is the first motor and this is the second motor. And we say that here is the first motor, right? So we are going to make the first motor to be working. If anytime that the first motor has any fault, the second motor is going to close its contact and get tension and begin to work automatically, do the work that the first motor was doing. So we connected our two wires from the first motor, the R, the S and T wires. So here is it, line 1, fuse again, transformer and fuse again. Line 2, that is from T, fuse, transformer and fuse. And our line 1 proceeds and our line 2 comes down here, so that I can be able to give you the compound diagram of command circuit that we are going to draw. So I'm going to clean up this space and begin to draw the command circuit all in here for you to understand very well. Okay, so the command circuit has two lines, as I said. The first line goes like this, and the second line goes like this. You remember the power diagram that I did before, that at the end of the power diagram we were able to have two lines that we are going to the command circuit. So the first line is this and the second line is this. Don't be confused, they are just two wires. One is connected to one phase and the other one is connected to the other phase inside transformer. Okay, then the first thing you are going to do is to make sure that you have enough space. If you are intending to draw the same diagram, to make sure that you have enough space so that the contacts, open and close contacts, the bulb sign, the bulbs that are going to be showing red anytime the motor is in function, the yellow one that is going to show that the motor has fault, and the green one that is going to show that the motor is not at work, that you can touch the cables without any fear. So you have to be sure that the space is enough for you. That is why I cleaned up the power circuit, for us to be able to have this space. So the line, so remember what I told you about the two lines that comes from the transformer of 380 volt to 24 volts. Okay, remember our normal diagram. The power circuit, fuse, transformer and the two lines. So the two lines are 1 and 2. So these two lines, I drew this diagram and I'm going to explain to you very well now. So this is the PM1. The PM1 means pulsante di marcia 1. Pulsante di marcia 1 means the pulsant of on. The pulsant where you are going to press, the motor will on. But I'm going to show you how the motor ons. So if you press this pulsant, it closes here. And remember, pulsant works this way. You press, and once you leave it, it turns to its normal position. So what are you going to do to retain the current if you want that thing to stay steady? What you are going to do is exactly what we did in this diagram. So if you press the pulsant, it touches this wire, it closes here, right? So as it touches this wire that closes this area, it comes down like this. Here is another contact that is closed. It passes it. It gets to this K1. K1 means the coil. The coil of the interruptor, of the contactor. So this coil, the contactor 1, this coil gives energy to the contacts that are connected in it. So if there is any close contact of K1, it opens it. If there is any open contact of K1, it closes it. That is how coil works. So this coil now, as you can see, that is connected to the line 2, right? This coil now gives energy to this contact of K1, that is the contact of this contactor that is normally open here. It gives it energy and it closes. As it closes, it retains its closeness. It's not going to separate again like the pulsant, no. Once it closes, it retains the closeness, it will remain closed. Okay, this one is not going to open because it's the contact of K2. It has nothing to do with this contactor here. Okay, so it's going to remain closed because it's the contact of this one. So as it closes, the current goes passing through here because this one is going to remain closed as we said, right? The pulsant, let me repeat, the pulsant closes, gives tension to the coil. The coil automatically, because of this area that are closed, the coil automatically gives tension to this contact because its contact, see, K1, K1. So it gives it tension and it remains closed. So as it gives power to this contact, and here is closed, because this one is not its contact, this one is relay thermical, the thermical relay, another switch entirely. So it has nothing to do with this contactor. So the contact that is closed here is going to remain closed, meaning that current will always pass from line 2 to line 1 because here is closed, right? So here closes, the motor starts and the motor is on. While the motor is on, remember what I told you about coil contacts, that whenever a coil contact of a contactor is on, whenever a coil is in motion, as in that is working, the normally open contacts are going to close and the normally open and the normally closed contacts are going to open. So what are you now going to see here is, if you look at this diagram very well, this contactor 1, it has its close contact here. Okay, what is the contact going to do? The contact is going to open. If the contact opens, it means that there is no way this green light is going to be on. And the green light means, every time that you see green light on, it means that there is no danger. But in this case, for the fact that the motor is on, the green light is never going to on. because the contact here is open. So current is not going to pass here to allow the green light to be on. Another contact is here of K1. Remember, we are still talking about the first motor, the K1, the contactor 1. So another contact of K1 that is open here, what is it going to do? It's going to close. If it closes, what is going to happen? It means that this lamp is going to on. And what is this lamp? This is lampada rossa. Lampada rosso. It means red light. And whenever red light is on, it means danger. So whenever the motor is on, this red light is going to on because the normally closed contacts are going to open and the normally open contacts are going to close. So here is the K1, K1, K1. So the contact here that is open is going to close and the red light will be on. So remember, I told you guys that the two motors work in a way that if the first motor has fault, the yellow light will on and there is a contact that is going to close, right, for the yellow light to be on. Then the second motor is going to start. So see the diagram now. If this first motor has fault, let's say there is a high tension short circuit, and this contact, because see, relay térmico 1, that is the chemical relay 1, this contact is going to open, meaning that the K1 has stopped, right? The K1 is going to stop. Then this contact, which is the chemical relay normally open, is going to close. The yellow light is going to on, because if here closes, watch it, this yellow lamp is going to on, right? Here is now closed. The yellow light is going to on. Whenever this yellow light ons, it means that this temporizzatore, the timer, also has current. So if this timer has current, what is it going to do? Here closes, right? Current passes through here, and the contact, the normally open contact of the timer is going to close automatically. So this timer, see the contact here is open, right? So whenever there is tension in the timer, it's going to close its normally open contact. It will now close here. While closing here, what is going to happen? There will be tension in the coil of the second motor. The coil of the second contactor is now going to automatically make its normally open contact to close and its normally closed contact to open. So watch it out. This contact 2 is going to close this contact, right? It closes here. The motor has started already, so it closes this contact. Then this one is going to turn to its normal position. Here is closed. Okay, and the second motor will begin to on, while the yellow light of this first motor is going to off, because this one will turn to its normal position. This one will turn to its normal position. This one will remain open. Okay, this one will remain open because automatically whenever there is tension here, the normally open contact will close and the normally closed contact will open. So this one will close, this one will open, this one will open, meaning that the green light is not going to be on, and this K2 which is open here, the K2 which is open here is going to close, meaning that the red light is going to on, showing you that another motor is in motion, that there is danger, you don't have to touch anything. So this is just the simplest form of explaining this diagram. But if you now want to off everything, whether the first motor or the second motor, if you want to off all of them, here is the pulsant that connects all of them here. Pulsante de arresto. So this pulsant, the off, it means off pulsant. Arresto in Italian language, it means off. So this off pulsant, once you press it, it disengages itself from every activity here. Meaning that if there is any motor that is on here, all of them are going to off. Because here will now be open, right? So it offs everything here, and the motor will be off. The green light is now going to return to on. So whenever there is green light, it means there is no danger. Whenever there is yellow light, it means there is something that is not working in the motor. Whenever there is red light, it means that one of the motors are in motion. So thank you very much for watching, guys. I hope you learned something from this lesson. Do not forget to subscribe, like, comment and share our videos. God bless you all. Bye.